Kamau approached Ezana with a proposal, his demeanor confident and slightly arrogant.
Brother, I have heard of your challenge. Let me be the one to fulfill your demands for Zalika's bride price.
Ezana's eyes widened at the sight of Kamau's offerings. Chests overflowing with gold, silk from far-off lands, and jewels that sparkled like stars. Yet, a shadow of doubt crossed his face.
Kamau, where did you acquire such wealth? Our village has always valued honesty and integrity. I must know the true cost of your riches.
Ezana, wealth is wealth. The means by which I acquired it are irrelevant. What matters is that I can provide for Zalika and the village in ways no other suitor can.
Maweni, a village nestled amidst rolling savannas and vibrant flora, thrived under the wise rule of Chief Ezana. His daughter Zalika, known for her intelligence and unparalleled beauty, had reached the age of marriage. Chief Ezana, proud and protective, wanted a partner who would match her in every way. He announced that any suitor must pay an extraordinary bride price, believing no wealth could truly equal Zalika's worth. During the annual harvest festival, with the entire village gathered under the ancient baobab tree, Chief Ezana declared,
The man who wishes to marry my daughter must present the most lavish bride price this village has ever seen. Only one whose wealth and dedication to Maweni match my daughter's value will earn her hand.
The proclamation sent ripples through the land, attracting wealthy and ambitious suitors from neighboring regions. They arrived with gifts of gold, cattle, and precious stones, each hoping to outshine the other. Among them was Likan, who presented a caravan of riches, confident that his offer would impress Chief Ezana. Likan approached the chief with a confident stride, bowing deeply.
Great Chief Ezana, I bring you treasures from distant lands, gold, rare spices, and gems unmatched in beauty. These are but a fraction of what I offer in exchange for your daughter's hand.
Ezana examined the gifts with a critical eye.
Your offerings are impressive, Laken, but remember, wealth alone cannot measure a man's worth. What can you offer that shows your true dedication to Zalika and Maweni?
Lekan hesitated, then spoke earnestly.
I have traveled far and wide, learning the ways of trade and diplomacy. I promise to use my knowledge to benefit Maweni, to bring prosperity and ensure our village thrives.
Despite Lekan's eloquence, Ezana remained unconvinced. The chief sought a suitor whose commitment went beyond words and wealth. As each suitor presented their offerings, it became clear that the bride price was not just about material wealth. Chief Ezana's steely gaze and firm stance made it evident that he sought a suitor whose love and commitment to Zalika and Maweni were as vast as their fortune. Days turned into weeks as suitors attempted to meet Chief Ezana's demands, each one failing to fully satisfy his expectations. Among the suitors was Amare, a wealthy landowner from the south. He presented rare artifacts and treasures, hoping to win Zalika's favor. Despite his riches, Amare's demeanor revealed a lack of genuine connection to the village and its people, leading to his polite but firm rejection. One evening, Amare approached Zalika in the market square, trying to impress her with tales of his wealth and power.
Zalika, my lands stretch as far as the eye can see. I can offer you a life of luxury and ease. Imagine all the fine things you could have as my wife.
Zalika smiled politely but remained distant.
Wealth is not everything, Amare. My father seeks a suitor who values this village and its people, someone who understands that true wealth comes from the heart.
As more suitors faced rejection, the village buzzed with gossip and speculation. Could anyone possibly meet the chief's demands? Amidst the escalating tension, Zalika remained composed, but internally yearned for a partner who valued her beyond her beauty and her father's wealth. The turning point came when Kamau, Chief Ezana's estranged brother, arrived in the village. Kamau had been absent for years, traveling far and wide, amassing a fortune through questionable means. Whispers of his dealings in illegal trade, extortion, and alliances with unsavory characters followed him like a shadow. Kamau's return was unexpected and stirred a mix of emotions within the village. Children ran to their parents with tales of the mysterious man who had arrived with an entourage of heavily laden wagons. Kamau approached Ezana with a proposal, his demeanor confident and slightly arrogant.
Brother, I have heard of your challenge. Let me be the one to fulfill your demands for Zalika's bride price.
Ezana's eyes widened at the sight of Kamau's offerings. Chests overflowing with gold, silk from far-off lands, and jewels that sparkled like stars. Yet, a shadow of doubt crossed his face.
Kamau, where did you acquire such wealth? Our village has always valued honesty and integrity. I must know the true cost of your riches.
Ezana, wealth is wealth. The means by which I acquired it are irrelevant. What matters is that I can provide for Zalika and the village in ways no other suitor can.
Zalika, witnessing the confrontation from a distance, felt a pang of unease. She had always been wary of her uncle's ambitions and the murky paths he chose to walk. Despite the tension, she could not ignore the allure of the security and prosperity his wealth promised. Behind closed doors, Kamau approached Zalika directly.
Zalika, you know as well as I do that your father's demands are impossible for any honest man to meet. My wealth can bring prosperity to Maweni like never before. Together we can rule and elevate this village to heights it has never seen.
Zalika, torn between her duty to her father and her own desires, responded cautiously.
Uncle, your wealth is indeed impressive, but at what cost? Can prosperity truly come from the shadows?
Kamau's voice softened, his tone persuasive.
Do not let your father's idealism blind you to reality. Sometimes one must embrace the darkness to bring forth the light.
Conflicted, Zalika sought counsel from her closest friend, Amina.
What should I do, Amina? My uncle's wealth could transform Maweni, but I fear the darkness that follows him.
Amina, wise beyond her years, replied,
Zalika, you must follow your heart. Remember, true love and prosperity cannot be built on a foundation of deceit and corruption.
Kamau had another plan up his sleeve. He did not intend to marry Zalika himself, but wanted to control her marriage. Kamau's wealth and influence would be used to secure Zalika's marriage to an ally of his, a man named Barin, an old, cunning man with a mysterious and dark past. Kamau approached Barin in a dimly lit tavern on the outskirts of the village.
Barin, we have an opportunity. Marry Zalika, and through her, control Maweni. Together, we can rule this village and expand our influence.
Barin, a man with a reputation for ruthlessness and strategic brilliance, smiled slyly.
Kamau, your plan intrigues me. With Zalika by my side and your support, we can achieve greatness. I will play my part.
Kamau and Barin began to manipulate events within the village. Kamau used his wealth to gain favor among the villagers, offering gifts and promises of prosperity. Barin, meanwhile, ingratiated himself with influential figures, presenting himself as a respectable and wise elder. Zalika, unaware of the full extent of Kamau's and Barin's plans, began to notice changes in the village. People she had known all her life started acting differently, swayed by the promises of wealth and power. She feared what her life would become if she married Barin, the man her uncle had chosen for her. In her nightmares, Zalika saw herself trapped in a loveless marriage, her every move controlled by Barin and Kamau. She imagined a life where her voice was silenced, her dreams crushed under the weight of their ambitions. The once vibrant village of Maweni would be transformed into a place of fear and oppression, ruled by greed and corruption. As days passed, rumors of Kamau's and Barin's past deeds began to surface. Villagers whispered of extorted traders and exploited workers, painting a dark picture of their wealth's origins. Despite this, some were tempted by the prosperity they promised, causing a rift within the village. Lekan and Amare, still lingering in Maweni, joined forces to uncover the truth behind Kamau's fortune. they discovered evidence of his involvement in illegal activities and presented it to Chief Ezana.
Ezana, your brother's wealth is tainted. He has harmed many. To achieve his riches, we cannot let him bring such darkness to Maweni.
Lekan urged. Chief Ezana, deeply pained by the revelations, confronted Kamau once more.
Kamau, your actions have brought dishonor to our family and our village. I cannot allow you to influence Zalika's marriage or corrupt our home with your ill-gotten wealth.
Kamau's eyes blazed with anger.
You are a fool, Ezana. Your stubbornness will be the downfall of Maweni. My wealth could save us all.
Furious, Kamau issued an ultimatum.
If you refuse my wealth and Barin's hand in marriage to Zalika, you condemn Maweni to mediocrity. We have the means to ensure our prosperity, but if you deny us, you will regret it.
Ezana, resolute in his decision, responded,
Maweni's strength lies in its integrity and its people, not in the corrupt wealth you offer. We will find a way to prosper without sacrificing our values.
Zalika, witnessing her father's unwavering stance, felt a surge of pride and relief. However, she also sensed the storm brewing within Kamau, whose ambitions were now thwarted. Kamau, undeterred, began to manipulate the more vulnerable villagers, preying on their fears and desires. He promised wealth and security in exchange for their loyalty, slowly building a faction within Maweni that threatened to destabilize the village's unity. The division within the village grew as Kamau's promises began to sway more people to his side. Tensions escalated, leading to heated arguments and confrontations. Friends and neighbors found themselves at odds, their loyalties tested by the allure of Kamau's wealth and the principles upheld by Chief Ezana. One night, in a secret meeting, Kamau addressed his followers.
Ezana's time is over. He clings to outdated ideals that will only bring us ruin. Together, we can take control of Maweni and usher in a new era of prosperity.
Lekan and Amare, who had been monitoring Kamau's activities, decided to take action. They approached Ezana with a plan to expose Kamau's true nature to the entire village.
Chief, we must show the people who Kamau really is. Only then will they see the danger of following him.
Amare urged. Ezana agreed, and together they organized a village meeting where they would reveal the evidence of Kamau's corruption and deceit. On the day of the meeting, the village square was filled with anxious villagers, their faces marked by worry and confusion. Chief Ezana stood at the center, flanked by Lekan and Amare, who held the evidence against Kamau. The tension in the air was palpable as Ezana began to speak.
My people, today we gather to unveil the truth.
Ezana declared, his voice steady.
Kamau, my brother, has promised wealth and prosperity, but at what cost? He has engaged in deceit and corruption, threatening the very fabric of our community.
Kamau, standing with his faction, smirked defiantly.
Ezana, you speak of ideals, but ideals cannot feed our children or protect our homes. My wealth can bring real change.
Lekan stepped forward, holding documents that detailed Kamau's dealings, extortion, exploitation, and alliances with criminals.
These are the records of Kamau's dealings, extortion, exploitation, and alliances with criminals. This is the true cost of his wealth.
The crowd gasped, shock and anger spreading through the villagers. Murmurs of betrayal and disbelief filled the air. Zalika, standing beside her father, felt her heart ache as she watched the village she loved teeter on the brink of chaos. Kamau's followers began to waver, their faith in him shaken by the revelations. Some stepped back, unable to reconcile their desire for wealth with the darkness of Kamau's methods. Sensing his grip slipping, Kamau's anger flared.
You are all fools!
Kamau shouted, his voice laced with desperation.
Ezana's way will lead us to ruin. I am the only one who can save this village.
Zalika, seeing the pain and division, stepped forward, her voice clear and commanding.
Stop this madness, Kamau. Your desire for power and wealth has blinded you. This village thrives on unity, respect, and love, not on fear and corruption.
As Zalika's voice echoed through the village square, a hush fell over the crowd. But the peace was short-lived. Barin, seeing his plans unravel, stepped forward to support Kamau.
You speak of unity and love, Zalika. But what can those ideals bring us in times of hardship?
Barin sneered.
Your father's leadership is weak. Only Kamau and I can secure a prosperous future for Maweni.
Kamau, seizing the moment, rallied his remaining supporters.
We must take control now, for the future of our children and the prosperity of our village.
A struggle ensued, with Kamau's faction clashing against those loyal to Ezana and Zalika. The village square erupted into chaos, the once peaceful community now divided and at war with itself. Amidst the turmoil, Zalika found herself face to face with Barin. His eyes were cold and calculating, a stark contrast to the warmth and sincerity she longed for in a partner.
Marry me, Zalika.
Barin demanded.
With Kamau's wealth and my power, we can rule Maweni and secure its future.
Zalika recoiled in horror.
I will never marry you, Barin. I see now the darkness in your heart, and I will not be a pawn in your schemes.
Barin's expression darkened.
You have no choice, Zalika. Your father's reign is ending. And soon, you will have to choose between your ideals and the survival of your village.
In the aftermath of the confrontation, the village elders gathered to deliberate. Kamau, recognizing that his bid for power had failed, was exiled from Maweni, his wealth and influence stripped away. The village, though shaken, began the process of healing and rebuilding. Chief Ezana, grateful for the loyalty and courage of his people, reaffirmed his commitment to finding a suitable partner for Zalika. Lekan and Amare, having proven their dedication to the village's values, were invited to stay and contribute to its future. Zalika, reflecting on the tumultuous events, realized that true prosperity came from integrity, unity, and genuine love. As Maweni moved forward, the lessons learned from Kamau's betrayal and the suitors' trials forged a stronger, more resilient community. In time, a suitor emerged who embodied the ideals that Chief Ezana and Zalika held dear. Marek, a humble and hard-working farmer, approached Zalika not with grand promises of wealth, but with a genuine love for her and a deep respect for Maweni. His proposal was simple yet profound.
Zalika, I offer you my heart, my labor, and my unwavering commitment to our village. Together, we can build a future rooted in love, respect, and integrity.
Zalika, touched by Marek's sincerity, found in him the partner she had always hoped for. Their union was celebrated with great joy, a testament to the values that had guided Maweni through its trials. As years passed, Zalika and Marek led Maweni into a new era of prosperity and unity. The lessons learned from Kamau's betrayal and the trials of the suitors forged a stronger, more resilient community. Years later, Zalika and Marek's children ran through the fields of Maweni, their laughter echoing the enduring spirit of the village. Under the great baobab tree, Chief Ezana, now a revered elder, shared stories of wisdom and courage with the next generation.
Remember,
Ezana would say, his voice filled with the wisdom of years.
true strength comes from the heart. It is measured not by wealth or power, but by love, integrity, and the bonds we share as a community.
Zalika, now a wise and beloved leader, often reflected on the journey that had brought her to this place. She understood that true prosperity was not found in gold or jewels, but in the hearts of the people she served. Maweni thrived under the guidance of its leaders, a beacon of hope and unity in the savannah. The story of Zalika, her father, and her uncle became a legend, a reminder of the enduring power of love, integrity, and the human spirit. In the end, it was not wealth or power that secured Zalika's future, but the unwavering values of honesty, respect, and genuine love. And as the sun set over the village, casting a golden glow on the fields and homes, the people of Maweni knew that they were truly rich in the ways that mattered most. Thank you for watching the story. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already and hit the bell so you won't miss any of the upcoming stories. And let me know in the comments, what do you think about Zalika's uncle's behaviour? Have you ever experienced something similar? I will be happy to hear from you and enter in a conversation with you. See you in the next story on my favourite African folktales channel.